What is the current health situation in China? Are we seeing a new health crisis unfold? As we delve into this topic, it's essential to note that China is witnessing a spike in respiratory illnesses. However, it's important to put this into perspective. The surge is not as high as the one experienced before the COVID-19 pandemic. Interestingly, the increase appears to be primarily driven by a rise in the number of children contracting pathogens. This is somewhat unexpected, considering the heightened health measures in place due to the ongoing pandemic. But rest assured, no new or unusual pathogens have been found in the recent cases. The present surge in acute respiratory illnesses is linked to the simultaneous circulation of several kinds of pathogens, most prominently influenza. So while there has been a significant surge, it is not unprecedented or alarmingly high. What is behind this rise in respiratory illnesses, particularly among children? Let's delve into the factors contributing to this surge. The key player in this situation is the simultaneous circulation of several kinds of pathogens, most prominently influenza. The presence of these pathogens in the environment is not a new phenomenon. However, their impact is magnified due to a specific demographic: children. During the tenure of the COVID-19 pandemic, children were largely spared from the wrath of the virus, and as a result, they were shielded from many other pathogens as well. The stringent measures in place, including lockdowns and school closures, inadvertently created a protective bubble around our young ones. Now, with life inching back towards normalcy, this bubble has burst. Children are stepping out, going back to school, and interacting with the world in a way they haven't done in a long time. This is exposing them to pathogens that they had avoided during the pandemic. In essence, their immune systems are meeting old foes they have not encountered in a while. The combination of these factors has created a potent mix. On one hand, we have multiple pathogens circulating simultaneously. On the other, we have a demographic that is more susceptible to these pathogens due to their prolonged isolation. This intersection is what is fueling the current rise in respiratory illnesses among children. The simultaneous circulation of various pathogens and the increased susceptibility of children appear to be the main factors driving this surge. How is China responding to this health situation? That's the question on everyone's lips. The World Health Organization has requested more information from China to unravel the mysteries of this sudden surge. They're not just sitting on the sidelines, they're actively seeking to understand the situation to find a way to curb it. Local authorities in China aren't idle either. They're ramping up their efforts, increasing the number of fever clinics across the country. They understand that swift and efficient healthcare is critical in such situations. However, it's not all smooth sailing. There are struggles, particularly in areas with a high number of cases among children. Hospitals are experiencing long waits, a testament to the gravity of the situation. In a world where time is of the essence, these long waits are more than just a nuisance. They're a significant hurdle to the effective management of this health crisis. The authorities are grappling with this challenge, striving to improve healthcare capacity to manage the influx of patients. China is doing its best to respond to the situation. It's a tough task, no doubt, but the country is not backing down. They're facing the challenge head-on, doing what needs to be done. Meanwhile, the World Health Organization watches closely, scrutinizing every move, every decision. China is responding to the situation and is under scrutiny from the WHO, but challenges remain, particularly in terms of healthcare capacity. It's a race against time, a race to preserve health and life, and the world watches and waits, hopeful and anxious. What does the future hold for this health situation in China? A question that is currently on the minds of many. As we look ahead, the potential for respiratory illness cases in China is expected to peak in the next couple of weeks. This projection is based on current trends and the nature of these illnesses, which tend to rise and fall in waves. But the story doesn't end there. There's also a possibility of a second wave during the New Year holidays. It's a time when people often travel and gather in large numbers, creating an environment conducive for the spread of respiratory pathogens. As we navigate these potential scenarios, it's important to remember that these projections are not set in stone. They are based on current data and trends and can change as new information becomes available. So, what does this mean for us? It means that we must stay vigilant, keep an eye on the developments, and adapt as necessary. It underscores the importance of robust public health measures and the need for all of us to play our part in mitigating the spread of these illnesses. The coming weeks will be crucial in understanding the trajectory of this health situation. Let's keep our fingers crossed and hope for the best while preparing for any eventuality.